Did y'all look through the comments of the video that we put out? The NBA viewership is getting worse. That little clip.
I haven't watched. Our comments in a minute.
He's something about to post up, and it's about to be funny.
No, it's not. It's not about to be funny. It's just interesting as to people's like excuses.
I did. Yeah, people are still really harping on that illegal streaming. I promise you, it's a factor. I'm not gonna say it's not a factor, but there's other factors.
I don't think it's that. They harp on that, which I figure they will harp on that, but also like looking how some of the people acknowledge how they watch games. I think Damo said it. The one where somebody's like, I watch it with Flight now. My God, this is crazy. But to the point in the conversation of like watching to get an understanding or a comparison or whatever, it's telling. Like all this stuff is telling to me about how people watch these games, what they are watching, what they're not watching, getting them in a conversation to figure out what's going on. Even last night, when we're watching the game, I was talking about Portland. I was like, man, this just sounds like you ain't. I'm not gonna act like I watched all 4 Portland games, but I watched a little bit more. It's like niggas are just talking. They ain't watched a lick of it.
So this is why I asked y'all on opening night, like, how do y'all watch basketball? Because even Omar said, like, or I think it was Sage, one of y'all said, like, okay, I watch a certain select teams. Like, you know, I'm a Laker fan. I'm gonna watch a lot of Laker games. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm gonna watch a lot of Celtics games. But like for these other teams that I'm not really looking out for, I watch 3 of them, and that's all I need to know. What like, and I sat there thinking, like, isn't 3 games still not enough? Like 3 games is a small sample size.
That's me, and I already said it ain't enough. No, I'm not. There's a reason why on certain conversations I'll have to a degree. So, like I said, to refresh the point, I was the dude that said I'll have like 2 games up, 1 on the main TV while I'm editing or some shit, and if it's a team that I don't give a fuck about, but I just have a responsibility of talking basketball, I'll at least freshen up with and get an idea of certain players on the shit team. I'm not talking about the shit team's 10th man. I'm sorry, I don't care. So I'll freshen up in the mood of fuck one with teams like the Lakers, teams like Boston, all the contenders, obviously some of the young teams like Houston, because I love Houston right now. Teams like Houston and San Antonio right now, I'll watch those as well. But for the most part, I'm not speaking on the bum ass teams, and I don't know, and I don't watch them. I wasn't talking about the Blazers last year because I didn't want to watch the Blazers last year. I watched enough to know, okay, that Shaedon Sharpe kid got potential. And then he started averaging a lot of points, so I was like, okay, shots went down, cool. Anthony Simons, he's going to jump, make some threes, sometimes break them, move on, and the rest of them niggas playing like they don't have a head. They're just doing anything out there. So that's what I'm saying. And then the only other time I don't watch certain teams is if this is the same exact system, same exact damn near roster. So like the Suns was my example in that stream. I wasn't watching Suns games until the playoffs last year because we seen Devin Booker, DA, and Chris Paul do the same shit for like 2 or 3 years. So I don't need to, okay, how are they going to play this game? I know how they're going to play.
I know I'm not, I hate the word casual for this specific reason. Like, I just know y'all aren't watching all these games. Like, even in my, I'm not watching.
Gaslight me for saying that on Souls and Sage, man. And I was like, nigga, you know how many games you would have had to have watched in hours?
But they kill me. They kill me with that shit too when they say it to me, because I think I get it the most over here. But I mean, it really doesn't really affect me because I know the reality of the situation. Yo, there are 82 games for what, 30 teams, 31 teams, something like that.
30 teams, yeah.
30. There's no way that you're telling me that you're watching all those games. And when niggas really get into what make a fair comparison or whatever, even just like Viso said, 3 games, you could have a 3-game stretch. Hell, one of those games, maybe even 2 of those games, the star player might not play, and they're playing totally different. I mean, there's so many variables that could happen that could make this not work. So if you decided to watch your, I'm trying to think. You decided to watch your Blazers games right now, and Anthony Simons is going to be out for 4 weeks. Well, in like 2 months later, like they're going to be a totally different team because Anthony Simons is going to play. But so you're grading the Blazers back then, and now you're going the whole season. Oh man, they fucking suck. They fucking suck. God, this shit is fucking ass. No, bro. I hate when I literally hate when people do that and try to force people into this. Oh, you're a casual. Like, get this label. Get this label. We're all casuals. Unless you're getting paid. Unless you are getting paid to do this, because that's the only way that it makes sense. I am not entertaining the casual conversation on anybody. And if you're not getting paid and you do it legitimately, my God, get out your house.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
I'll match it
It's
up.
not the flex
I'm gonna
that
go
you
deep.
think it is to watch every single NBA game, dog. If you quite literally watch every single NBA game, you're a loser. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's math it up. 82 games, 30 teams. That is 2,460 games. Let's say the floor of every NBA game is 2 hours. Is generous. Do y'all permit 3, or should I just stick to the low
It's
end?
3
of 2?
hours. I promise you.
I'm
it's
about
3
to say, I think it's 3, but bet. I didn't want to be too hating. You multiply that by 3, that's 7,000 hours, 380 minutes. Now, before one of you say that's doable, I want you to understand that the NBA season is not full for the entire calendar year. And there are 8,760 hours approximately in a year. So you're saying that there's only about a good month-ish of the entire year that you are not consistently watching for the entire 24-hour day of basketball. Let me tell you now, that is impossible. You have to eat. You have to shower. I hope you're showering. You have to drive. You have to do it. It's literally, factually impossible.
You gotta pay for
I
YouTube
genuinely
TV.
think-
Like, what the fuck?
I genuinely think that, and I feel y'all.
And
A
as
lot of
Kat said,
motherfuckers
that
are
doesn't
casual.
include playoffs. Continue.
A lot of motherfuckers are casuals, and that's absolutely fine. I just feel like it's a disservice to people who are trying to engage in these basketball conversations, where it comes down to ranking of players, listings, talking about just ranking of basketball players when you only watch 4 teams. Like
That's
if you're
fair.
only watching
That's very
the many, and that's where my hatred of a lot of the casuals, and that's where my disdain for a lot of people who don't watch games. Not necessarily y'all, because y'all don't involve y'all. I don't see y'all involve yourselves in those conversations. But when I go on a Twitter space, or I see a playback room, or I see conversations being had where there are people trying to do these naming the top 15 point of attack defenders, nigga, you only watch whatever comes on TNT. There's no way you're watching every team play. You're not. ESPN doesn't show every team. You can go look at the national televised game schedules. There are teams with 4 national TV games on the season with good players. The Thunder have no, it's not the Thunder. I want to say it's Houston probably has 9. The Thunder have between 12 to 8. The Magic got between 4 to 9. There's teams with Detroit has 4. So these and Asor Thompson. Ring might be a fucking candidate for defensive player of the year in his rookie year, but niggas wouldn't know because you're not watching Detroit basketball. Because you can't. It's only 4 fucking national TV games. And you only watch the Lakers and Celtics play. You only watch the Warriors play. You only watch Kevin Durant and the Suns. Niggas watch the players they like. So I feel personally, yeah, it does make you a casual if you do those things, but it's okay to be a casual. A lot of us are casuals. I feel like even with as much basketball as I watched way more basketball now because fucking doing Player's Choice. I had to because I'm talking about this shit way more now. But even then, I'm still not watching everybody. And I told niggas, hey, I got a cool list of at max 10 teams I'm trying to watch all season. And it varies if I'm watching you every day. I might throw a game on, 1 game a day. I try to get 1 game a day if it's on. 1, if I'm lucky. For the most part, I'm catching highlights, I'm reading box scores, and I'm going from there. But if I'm not watching you, I'm not going to talk about you. What kills me is the niggas who are talking about listings and rankings of players, but you're not watching these players play. That is disingenuous. And that's wrong as fuck.
Tell them,
That's-
Damo, they don't watch the Hawks.
Niggas ain't watching Jalen Johnson go crazy this year. Come on, man. They not like us, Omar. They not watching Jalen Johnson go crazy. And I want to, before night 1, I was on the same platform. Hey, yo, Omar, what do you think my guy Jalen Johnson? What do you think our guy Jalen Johnson's going to do?
Watching that
I
shit.
put the time in. Hey, Omar don't even want to watch it. And I put the time in, and I'm trying to watch as much as I can. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched every Hawks game. I watched 2. That's 2 more than I did last year. I'm proud of myself.
I'm gonna start.
Hey,
I'm
nah,
gonna start
for
watching.
real.
In,
I was not
I'm gonna
watching
start.
Hawks last year.
I'm gonna start watching in November. It's just you just get pissed off. You get too invested. Y'all saw they bench the Riddler, right?
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
It's time.
Nah,
It's time.
Final math equation, and this is not even a windy segment. 82 games for one team. Just 82 games for one team. Again, the same 3-hour floor, 246 hours. The standard of being that to even speak on that team is ridiculous. I will even go there. Just if I am a Lakers fan and you tell me that I have to put a minimum of 300 hours, aka rewatching the basketball games at some point, to speak on the Lakers, otherwise I don't know ball, go fuck yourself.